here. I thought I had all my shit together. How about now? Test, 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 test. Be-doo, boo, boo, boo. I think that's good. Oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grim dark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this nightmare priest nigh unbinary hell-rolled magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. How are you all? I'm hoping that this is working. Let's see. Actually, I'm now very certain that it's not. Let's take a peep. Nope, I think it is. I just don't trust. I don't trust half of this shit when it's just like, oh yeah, this is definitely it's gonna work the way you think it will. It's just like, I don't feel like it will. We're running late. I had to get some litter. We have a hopper on our litter robot. So unless I'm really on my game, it is easy to be like, oh yeah, I know it's good, but then be like, oh no, we got a bag downstairs. Yeah, we didn't have a bag downstairs. That was chow. Thought it was litter. Anyhow, so yeah, excuse me. Hopefully you all did not hear that. Let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I've got a lot of shit to talk about. But again, we're off at a weird time. So hopefully that does not create too big of an issue. I'm going to try to put this here. I'm not exactly certain what I'm going to work on this morning. I've got a couple different things that I'm just going to kind of be yapping about, working on, wasting time on piddling until someone pops in here and probably chats with me. But one of the things that I wanted to do was get this over and look at it under light. My Necropolis board. My new one. My impulsive new one. Yeah. I think it's the fact that I know I need to have X amount of things to cycle between that I'm excited about, or I will go off and do too much other shit, or I won't get stuff done, and I will intentionally, unintentionally stall. And I really cannot afford to do that. So I have to constantly be moving forward and use all the energy that I've got. Which means that I have to have a lot of things planned and a lot of things going on simultaneously. I really want to play. Why amount of things? Exactly. Yes. Tattlebeck. So yes, Possum. Wonderful. Welcome, my sweet. Roz, Adelac. Yes. Both of you all play Tattlelab Check. Right? Is that did I cook? Fuck. Tattle tab check. Yeah. Nope. Fuck. Man, I was trying to switch words around. Hey guys. Okay, so Roz, you do not play BattleTech? I know Possum's all about that life. And I think I am realizing now, once again, full circle, Katlia Meb. See, that was probably what I was kind of going for. I was trying to figure out, where do you put the B in the back? How do you put the B in the back? Oh my goodness, Margot just came over and gave Theo some kisses. And then it looked like he was going to return a kiss, and it was almost a fight. So I'm glad that they chose not violence, but now he looks like he has chosen violence. And I'm hoping he just forgets it and doesn't have the energy to get up. If you put a B in the back, you may get anaphylactic. That's a good one. That's the kind of joke I do like. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm really excited about BattleTech, and I'm realizing that, oh boy, it's it's a lot more than I thought, and it's a lot. It's just so different than literally all the other games that I've played because of how much it's just like, well, what do you want to do? And like, that's so fucking not how any game I'm used to playing works. It's like, this is how you play our game. This is how you have fun. Have fun. And it's wild. I can now see why everyone constantly is telling me, dude, why don't you fuck with BattleTech? I get it. It's a deep hole, and it only gets deeper. That's it. Like, I was very quickly like, man, there's just a, where did that even fucking come from? Hold on. Oh no, wait a minute. Yep. It's on the bottom. Oh no. One second. Gotta get some of that there. Dirt. So this is some of my beloved paramours. Herb garden that I fucking just waged chemical warfare unintentionally on. But that is literally what I did. I kind of dropped a homemade dirty Molotov into our herb garden. And once you do that, it's just like, well, there's no amount of like space in there that I'm like, I'm confident that that chemical didn't go through the water column and touch the dirt where we're going to grow things that we're going to put in our bodies. So it's just time to dump the whole thing. So that's how I got a whole bunch of dirt. I'm not proud. I felt pretty bad. But hey, that's where my table, the big old table, came from, which you all will be excited to know that one, man, I'm doing it now. I've got a camera over here. It's hooked up. You guys can't see me. But I can now easily, well, easier. I can leave a camera hooked up here. I can leave a camera hooked up over there on my desk. So I can work on two different things and just move my cart. And that's, for me, like, huge. Like, on just a, hey, it's not going to be as bad, because that is such a big part of where I get hung up on is it's the starting, the fear. I get the paralysis of, I need to do the thing because I'm constantly afraid of the fact that I don't know how much time things take. And I'm afraid that, you know, Kelly's going to get home, or that the babies are going to need me, or someone else is going to need me, and I'm not going to have enough time to do the thing that I need to do. So then I kind of get locked into like a paralysis thing. So I've really been trying to just fucking deal with it, and just straight put the shoe on my face, even if it hurts my entire body. And it just seems like a good time to do that, because my body's already just like for like the past couple days because of lack of nicotine. So I have decided to like replace that with productivity and dopamine, like that I actually earn. And that's been pretty cool. So that's that thing. Mowgli! Bidoof! Okay, hold on now. Bidoof. That's a Pokemon's, isn't it? I'm busy, but I'm watching. Didn't get around to watching the other movies. Oh no, that's all good. It's all good. I did not get around to watching Junkhead, but I mean, I am starting BattleTech. Yes, I use it as a big oof. I like that. Big oof. Fired. I'm fired. Oh, you're fired again. I'm sorry, Possum. This would be one of the things that it's just like, well, it did take him, when we do hit the point of, oh, it's a nonprofit, and whether or not I stay doing what I do, has to be like, well, did he accomplish these goals? One of the goals is like, well, it took him X amount of time to watch Junkhead. That, I don't know how that numerically fits into the grading, but that is, I mean, busting out a table in a day can only do so much when it took me like months, if not half a year, to watch Junkhead, and I apologize. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Who's the board deciding this? So we're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to figure this out. It's all piece by piece by piece. I'm slowly getting this thing together. But the board. Whew. I made a little video finishing up that part of the board. Today it all should be dried so I can make the next step of the video, which is the second layer. before we start painting and stuff. I would assume possum, probably Shankly. I would probably say Roz, Mowgli. I would say the huge. I would say the usual. Oh, and everyone's cats. Yeah, Margot definitely is on the board. Theodore's on the board. The wires are on the board. The board's pretty extensive, and everyone has the power of an inquisitor. I can't stress that enough. I'm fully embracing the cult thing now, and first notion is I want to make it very clear that I think that the only thing that makes sense is if everybody has unlimited power. Okay, I'm done. I can't play in that space, or I'm just gonna spiral wildly. I finally have power. This isn't a board; it's a commune. I'm just saying that Greg has. Oh, I know. Greg has watched it, and I know so many people have watched it. And pretty much it just comes. I've been struggling this past week, just with lots of stuff. So, it's been a rough week. And I'm just trying to be as productive and as motivated as I can. But I am 100% going to watch that. No gods, all masters. All gods, all masters. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Mowgli. Thank you. Hi, Margot. You're proud of me too? Thank you, Marco. That means a lot. I know. Margaret says, I can give you dopamine. That's why you need to watch a fun movie like Junkhead. I think the fact that it's just like, I know you all say it's silly. Everything about it just screams to me that like I need to pay a lot of attention because like, and I think that's what Kelly and I, we both, honey, okay, I'll pick you up. Pick me up, show me to my people. Let me see their faces. Yes, that's who I remember. What's all this then? Oh, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Wait a minute, is it Tuesday? Finally get some days off and I'm going to spend them Indianapolis Comic Con. Hell yeah. No, I really do need to watch Junkhead, and I do plan on watching it this week, this weekend. Sunday, hanging out with the boys. I had every intention of hanging out with them this past weekend, but it just, God, I was so tired. Taking down Jumbo's tank and getting her situated and, happy at her grandma's. I'm so excited for you that you got days off, Ross. Sorry, I didn't mean to just skip over that. This is strange. I thought she would have wanted down by now. But yeah, my arms are going to get tired eventually. This is part of my workout routine, of which I don't really have one. I just have severe ADHD and I struggle at simple tasks. So yeah, you only build up practical muscles. This is one of them. Anywho, this board is something that I've been wanting to do for a hot minute because I really like Necropolis. And the fact that I've already built a warband for it, that I really want to finish, and that I don't need to do very much to do other things, makes me want. He's gonna domain Carstickley. I'm gonna domain Carstickley. She's looking around. You ready? Okay, we're ready. I thought so. I could tell. I love you. You're great. So, we're gonna domain Carstickley. Hang out with the boys on Sunday. Steve's got a friend that he's wanting us to meet, and I'm excited to meet him. Any friends Steve wants me to meet, I'm excited to meet. Friends. Which yesterday, I was on the hammock. Kelly was like, yeah, no, you make a call, blah blah blah, and she was like, I'm gonna run inside. You make your call. So I'm on the hammock, talking. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. Okay, bye. I hang up. She was like, I thought you were talking to Steve, and I was like, oh yeah, that was. And she was like, you didn't say I love you, and I was like, oh, he said he was gonna call me back in like 2 minutes. She goes, oh, okay, that makes more sense. And then when Steve called back, I told him that, and he laughed and he said, "Oh, I do love you." And I said, "Yeah, I love you too." But that's yeah, that's it was funny that my wife was just like, "Wait a minute, who were you talking to? You didn't tell that person you love them. Who are you on the phone with?" I don't talk on the phone to many people, which is the thing that I feel like Steve is slowly trying to train me, like you would an animal, and I'm okay with it to the most part, because I do need to talk to my friends and tell them I love them, because I do. Life is too short. So heavy out of nowhere. I don't know. That just happens. This little board, I'm excited about it. Little Necropolis board. It's on a Lazy Susan. You lazy Susan. I still got to build the little edges. Still got to edge it, but anywho. And then I'm working on just finishing up the texture on it. I want to make sure that I'm happy with how much of the dirt is coming up and how much is not. It looks pretty gnarly though, and this is literally like I printed it and have just rubbed dirt on it. Now, this is no paint, nothing, but it looks a lot like what it's supposed to look when it's done. So I don't know. We're gonna go with that for a little bit. I don't think I showed these. I know I talked about. I'll go ahead and show this part first. So this is like definitely one of like the focal points of a board. Ooh boy, that was not what I meant to do. Yeah, nope. I guess it was, but I'm already at the bottom. Let's give you guys an idea. I love that. Oof, that's so sexy. That's gonna be really fun to paint. Like a really sick patina in there. A sick patina. Fuck. My buddy's band just played, and it's called. Is it Sick Patino? It's a play on Rick Pitino's name. It might be Slick Patino. I don't remember. But they literally just played at the local bar. This is the same buddy Ronnie that was in Guts. I really am on the fence about making another band called Guts. Anyway, so yeah, these go down here. So then, like, it's kind of just locked off when you're looking at it from like that side. Pretty sick. Anyway, this is Hexworks, as always. And I do think that it's supposed to fit in somewhere with the cathedral board, but at some point the cathedral board just, in my opinion, it's just like, okay, we gotta stop fucking adding to it. It's getting too damn big. We can already not fit this. It's already comically large, and it's just like I feel like it kind of lost focus, and I mean that as a constructive criticism, as someone who constantly loses focus, and it's just like, what if I made it bigger and just keep building and building and building? At some point, though, it does lose its ability to be practical in a sense, from my thought. But I think if that is the entirety of the board, using that for something like the Trench Crusade idea that I had of like an ongoing campaign, it would be good for that. But then it's almost not big enough, if that makes sense. But close. So yeah, let me grab these. This board itself, break time. You got a domain caustically. Break time, baby. So I started this later, so I'll probably take my break at like 9:30. These tiles are just 4 of the like street level tiles from what is the nobody tell me. It's a profile of a skull like mine. It's red but not wet, and from the side it's Starts with the T. I always want to say Tesseract Tomb, and that's not it. They've got a little kitty emblem in a skull, and I like their emblem a lot. Starts with a T. Damn it. When you see Shankly, tell him I love him and give him a little head smooch for me, but be sure to use a little teeth like a possum would. I will! I will. Like this kind of like that. Could you see that? Because that's kind of like how Theo gives kisses sometimes. Theo gives a lot of kisses. Exactly. All right, cool. And also, whoever out there stumbles upon that clip, you're welcome. No fee. No fee. Free to use. As long as you want. Fuck. What was I saying? Man, what is that person's name? It's not 3D layered scenery. It starts with a T. TerraBlocks? TerraBlocks. It's TerraBlocks. TerraBlocks. They made the... Bugbear, what are you doing in there? They made these buildings. The big old... It's going to end up being like, I want to say like a 4x4 or a 4x6. But a giant Mordheim table that's like multiple layers. It's got... you know, the underworld, and then like some tombs, and then a floor, street level, and then a whole bunch of buildings. But yeah, TerraBlocks. Their emblem looks a lot like mine if you took it and rotated it. So it's like a side of a red skull, which we both kind of like, oh, hey, I like your emblem. It's like yours too. It's good. I think the red is probably a little different, but it's very close. Mine's probably a little wetter. Anywho, that is where these came from. So essentially I took those. Originally there was a fence here. This was part of the graveyard set. So like, essentially I just looked for the ones that did not have a lot going on or needed anything. They were supposed to be pretty much blank. The only thing that was not blank was the wall here. There was a wall on this side, which is why it's still kind of chipped there, but I'm going to fill that in. I just kind of wanted to see how much I didn't have to fill in and how much would just get naturally filled by rubbing dirt and shit in here. Terraria, TerraBlocks. Yes, Terraria. Legos on the floor in the dark when you're barefoot. TerraBlocks, yes. Fuck yeah. Ooh, man, that's a fun sounding game. Do you guys want to play TerraBlocks? Oh, okay. New game that I'm going to run at Adepticon. It's just called TerraBlocks. And it's cult members only. And essentially we'll just get a office, like a boardroom. And like at the door, we'll have one of like... God, I hate that this is like... Oh, this is 100% doable, and I hate it. And... for a bit, I'm absolutely down to do this. Fuck me. And then it will be the last time we're allowed to do anything at a convention. But it would be really funny. Got, of course, like one of these, you know, like a fucking McDonald's play place. So it's just like, okay, put your shoes in there. And then it's just, you know, of course you knock on the door. That way everyone can like, you know, cover their eyes. That way, you know, you don't want to blind anybody. And then you open the door slowly for whoever's recently taken their shoes off to walk into the TerraBlocks room, and then you close the door behind it. And then you just hear the screaming continue again. But also the thrills. Everyone's so excited. Everyone loves TerraBlocks. That's my pitch. It's the name of Dread in an alt reality. Is it really? That's fucking rad. Wait. Now, Dread, I meant like, bet. Legos on the floor in the dark when you're barefoot. Bet Terror Blocks is the name of Dread in all reality. True Raws. For some reason, Terror Blocks. I've got the Terror Blocks. That's fucking rad. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. When I read that initially, I was like, is that true? I was thinking about Judge Dredd. My brain read Dread and was just like Judge Dredd. And I was just like, I don't think. Because, yeah. Judge Death. Brain. Blah, blah, blah. The goal is to get to the metal mini at the other side of the Legos. Nah, the RPG Dread. Okay, so yeah, I knew. I was like, okay, what am I missing? Yeah, no, man, that's so fun. What a fun game. I hate this game. I don't even what. And also, there's got to be someone has to be. This is a hypothetical, Eli. It can't be proven true until I can pierce the veil of time. Oh, okay, that is true. That's true. Sorry, I was too deep in the play space. If it's I just need to know that we're hypothetically speaking, on that sense. But yeah, I feel like Terror Blocks is a great, fun community game. That can only be ran 1 year before we're gone. It's never allowed back. And the goal, you didn't even need a goal, but I do like that there is a goal, like a prize. I like the idea of a prize. I like the idea of multiple prizes. I also like the idea of quests. Like, there are quest givers hidden throughout the room. Man, I love and absolutely hate every bit of this. And this is why I'm struggling to play Battletech. And I'm telling you this right now because I was like, oh, okay, I just need to paint 4 dudes. And it's just like, well, technically, I don't even really need models. I just need, like, a piece of paper and some cardboard. And, like, maybe not even that. Like, I could just play it role play, like, RPG. Realizing that, like, everything that, like, I want to do with Warhammer is literally how Battletech is, like, set up. Like, to where you get to experience, like, the whole breadth of whatever the fuck you're wanting to do. And, like, everything's already done. Like, it's just, like, that's how it's just so wild. Like, man, I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't find Battletech until I was old enough to appreciate how fucking sick that is. Because I don't think I would have really even fucked with Warhammer if that had been the case, because I love how hard sci-fi it is. And I love the fact that, like, you can just blend. It just seems like it's just made to blend RPG. And I feel like there's a way to run where I could stream a tabletop version of, like, what Possum you've got going on with, like, oh yeah, like, okay, roll up a table and we'll figure out where we're going from here. And just follow a mercenary crew. I feel like that would be pretty fucking sick. Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. Is mostly about non-mech pilots. That's so sick. The safe word is to eat. If you yell it, they come in and clear that out for you. I love this so much, and I absolutely hate how feasible it is that this could be a thing. And I feel like, because I don't know, we were talking about at some point in time, I haven't listened to Hive Scum in a long time, so I don't know. I'm so out of the loop on what anyone thinks about me. And another coming out. There's also a solo play box out now. Okay, one of the battles, except she's mostly about. I need to look into that. I didn't know. I've been out of the loop. Maybe they're currently only for Alpha Strike. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, this boy. He doesn't know what time it is or what day it is. So, for you all, at 10:30 is when we take our Theodore breakfast breaky time break. Gwosh. Is that what they're all? Gwosh. Why are we saying this? Is that what it's called? Or are you all talking about the paint? I don't understand. Just having no context and just saying this word. Is that the name of a box? Gage is fucking with Gauche. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. And he's been doing that for like, hasn't he been doing that since like Visterion? Like, I just remember him talking about that. Yeah, I don't even think I have fucking any. Maybe I do. Maybe I have one thing. Yeah, Gouache. Gooch. Yes. Gauche. Well, you all can't even fucking read that. Hold on. There we go. Gouache. Acrylic gouache. Yeah. Goosh. Gosh. Goobably. So yeah. I'm definitely curious about that possum. So I'm gonna get, I don't know, it's blend onto Trent now since he lived at the studio for a minute post AdCon. Huh. Like the love of gauche, or I haven't fucked with it really, but I mean it if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like an oilish acrylic, in that you can play with it like you would oils, but it's acrylic. And eventually I'll fuck with that. But yes, the love of G-Man acrylics. Gotcha. All right. To each their own. So this is the board, and Hexbricks made a bunch of catacombs for, I think, Trench Crusade, and I'm not using them for that. I'm using them for Necropolis. So here they are. I printed them all out to go with that other little section. And these are just going to be how I change and make this little board whatever I kind of want it to be. Whole bunch of different. All of them have the same little interior, but they are made to be, stacked on top of each other. Yeah. So I'm pretty much just going to put some texture on these to match what I've done on this. Similar to how I did the 1490 stuff. And then paint them very, dirty, very quick, which should match very well with how they look. And we should have a very large amount. Snowblind? Okay, hold on. So the solo Baltic box is scouring sands. It's a CYOA kind of deal. And then you play automated opponents controlled by dex card. That's cool. What is CYOA? Choose your own adventure. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds good. I was looking at, there are 2 Battletech books that I'm like, I think I need these. And I'm such a physical book for. I love a good hardback. But I'm gonna have to deal with like PDFs because I'm poor. Unless anyone sends me a copy of them. Game stores, Catalyst Games, anyone send me things. I'll play your games. I'll make other people play your games. I'll do it. If I like them. Let me rephrase that. Not any games. Certain games is just like, yeah, you can't pay me to. And that is pretty much any game I don't enjoy. There's my chair. Hoo boy. So that has been a big thing. Is just like, I'm going to build a Necropolis board because I want to play Necropolis. I want to finish my Necropolis stuff. Because I've been kind of hung up and Arrested Development phase, it seems like, on getting the board done just because of how big of a stress factor moving Mumbo and Jumbo and reorganizing that tank kind of became. It really, I've got to get some water in my sweets. Really just kind of derailed me, and then on top of that, the breaking of the cable, and just kind of hit like a kind of a low point. But picking back up from that feels great. So, and a new one in the Radical Step line. Which one? Which ones? Oh, the books. Sorry. Let me look at what they are called. Alrighty. Where is that book that showed me other books? Show me what I should buy. Hey. While I appreciate that these are not trying to fuck me with ads for other products, I do kind of wish that you would show me that one picture I'm looking for with all the books. It wouldn't be in here. There's no. Or in here. That would be kind of a waste of a page, and I don't see them doing that. They have principles. Be right back. Man, I had a paper that I was looking at yesterday. I thought I saved, oh, this is the books that I need. Like, you know, here we go. Wait a minute. No. Are you kidding me, Eli? You clown. We're gonna get on the lap. We're not on the internet. We're just gonna go on the internet. Okay. Bag of piss. Bag of piss. I'm so sorry, my sweets. Which books? Which books? I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh no. Shankly, good morning, friend. Can you call my barbershop and say that I have Ebola so I can go home? Thanks. I can. If you just give me the number. That's all it takes. Battletech. Where was I looking? RPG. A Time of War. Battletech. Girl, you scared me. You're crazy. You're a crazy person. A Time of War. Looks like that. Apparently that is We Are Hanging Out Sunday. I know! Very tempting, very tempting. Does that work? So it depends. Sometimes it depends what you say. I had to have training to learn what is important, what information is important. So if you call and you say things, we are hanging succinctly, has insert contagious disease here. You can't come in today. Excuse me. Necromordopolis. Necromordopolis. I'm so excited for some Necromordopolis. And I need to figure out, I need to make it. I have not fucked with Necromunda since it's the new edition, right? Like I have the older, like the last editions books, like all those. Yeah, no, there's so many things you could say to like, yep, nope, they're not coming in. But the books, I need to focus. The books that I was looking at were Operation, that one, and then Campaign Operations, which essentially contains rules for creating and running forces, whether a down-on-their-luck mercenary battalion or fully supplied house regiment. The volume also contains complete rules for devising solar systems. Yeah, it's just this is fucking sick as hell. building off of previous sections in Total Warfare, and I have Total Warfare's PDF. I just don't have the physical. Eventually I need to collect these physical. So far, the only ones I have are the BattleTech manual, which that took a while to hunt down. But I knew that was what I needed. I have to go work. Bye. No, bye, Shankly. Sorry. Camp Ops is cool. MechWarrior 2nd is apparently the very good one. It's apparently the very good one. Chill. You joining in Indy, Eli? Yeah, I'm going to be there on Sunday. We're going to Miso's. It's in Louisville. And then I think we're going to Shankly's. The solar system thing is very much like the shit you were doing with your subsection. So that, yeah, I got the impression that was like all the kind of stuff that I had done. And I love that. But yeah, it just seems to me like BattleTech is screaming for me to make a really fun little crew and then roleplay them, like just trying to get through it. And then also I love clans because I love, and I know that this is called a Timberwolf, but it will forever be a Mad Cat in my heart, and you can blame MechWarrior 2 for that. On the 27th, the Necro that HUD is throwing. Maybe. That sounds great. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what I've got going on, but I would love that. Is that Necromunda? Yeah, Necromunda, not Necropolis. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Munda. Yeah, no, okay, so Necromunda is the one that the editions like changed. I've not played Necromunda since the edition change. I've not played BattleTech yet, but I don't, from what I understand, like most of the rules have not changed. It's just they've been compiled, which is so fucking sick. But again, like, and I was explaining this to Kelly, that it's just like, oh no, it's like similar concept to Warhammer, but instead of a like super fantasy like with aliens, it's like only hard sci-fi space opera. And she was like, oh fuck yeah, that's your whole jam. And I was like, yeah, I know. Which, and then when you started talking about how Alien, it's just like Alien, I consider Alien hard sci-fi. There are xenomorphs in it, but that's like not beyond the realm, I don't think, of hard. Like if they're not, that's an alien. It's not fantastical. It's not something that could not exist without magic or some shit. They haven't changed too much since the 80s. Okay, cool. I don't think it's a fresh edition of Munda, just additions since from heavy killing. Technically, there are aliens, but we don't need to talk about them. Okay. Ooh, boy. Man, okay. Well, I feel like there's stuff I should know. So I'm thinking, yeah, those books. Should I look into getting those books? Or should I look more into this box set for, like, solo stuff? I don't know. I really like the idea of making a little mercenary gang and then playing, like, a like auto-generating kind of like campaign, and then also, you know, I love the idea of just having a group to play with, but it seems to me like it's definitely a kind of a game where it's just like a very specific kind of person is going to want to play this, and if they don't already play it, it's probably going to be a hard sell because it's going to be it's a very crunchy game, and I know Eric is already very local and very in-depthly into BattleTech. So I don't know how much I need to build multiples in the attempt to try and teach someone how to play at my house, as much as I just need to build something to go play with others or to play by myself. Hotspot Hinterlands is probably a book you want. Technically there are aliens, but we don't need to talk about them more than the others. Okay, Hotspot Hinterlands. Is that the one about the canopus? Let me write this down. Ooh, woo. That's how you know where I'm at. First thing written at the top of the page. Ooh, woo. Master unit list, website, faction, arrow, light, medium, heavy. And then I did my little math here. This is my sheet that shows me, hey, these are what heavies and what lights are, because I'm that much of a little baby that I don't know these things already by heart. Mercenaries box comes with new, easier rules, mercenary campaign rules. So that's what I thought. And I have the mercenaries box. So gross. There's a hair on me. Hot spot hinterlands. And the hotspots books give you contracts. Oh, okay. Hot. So, contracts. And then as far as like the solo, that is in the box set. It's Theodore. What are you doing up there, you rowdy buggy boy? Hey, what are you doing? Cool. So also, this is one of the things I was talking about this with Steve yesterday when I called him. I'm starting to understand that I don't need that many models. So like when you're like, oh yeah, you pretty much just need like 4, maybe 9, like if you want to teach somebody, or if, in the event that I want to run another crew. So outside of trying to do a solo campaign where I'm going to need other mechs to like put on the board and play with, I'm starting to see why, oh, okay, I think a lot of people used probably the other models that they had for Battletech that they're not going to play with to convert up Flames of Orion models. So I'm thinking that might be something that I do with these as well. It just depends. What do you all think of that? I feel like it could be really cool to do a solo campaign and play that out. And I feel like having other mechs to represent would be, you know, I would appreciate that later down the road. But I also feel like I would like to build some Flames of Orion mechs, but I could definitely scratch build those, and having these as references, you know, we can go from there. What are your thoughts? Oh yeah, and I wanted to get your opinion. Did I cook on fuck up some mechs? Okay, so yeah, do what you want. And see, as I want to do both. I don't know. Is that something that you all would be interested in? If I was like, hey, I want to play a solo BattleTech campaign with a set of mercenaries and just kind of following through with that. Is that something that people are interested in seeing? Like a solo kind of play? If not, that definitely show me your Merc Lance, you punk. Okay, so 4. You told me to pick one of each of the classes and my favorites. So Wasp, went with Wasp, I believe is the name of this one, for the light. Fuck, is this a Wolverine? I think this is a Wolverine. Oh man, I think it's a Wolverine. I think that's what this is called. A Thunderbolt, I believe is what this one's called too. And a Battlemaster. Those are the 4 pretty much favorites of mine. And then after that, the close seconds were like, you know, fuck. One of these is called Hellhound, right? Hellhound. I'm not gonna be able to guess what these are. Yeah, pretty much I think those 3, and then maybe Atlas. If I had to pick a different set of 4, but those are like not 4 different classes. I'm not a big fan of the lights. I don't know, but I'm sure that that's definitely something that I need to just. Yep, it is what it is, because you're gonna have to use light mechs, I'm sure. Archer and a Warhammer. T-bolts are cool. Archer and a Warhammer. Okay, Archer and a Warhammer. So I was thinking that was a Warhammer, and I wanted to say Ajax, Archer. In Mercenaries for MechWarrior 5. I think that's what I was mainly rocking for a while until I got a Battlemaster. I like the Archer. Mad Cat. Mad Cat's my favorite though. That's and so it was called a Mad Cat in MechWarrior 2. So that's why I'm just like, I know that it was a Timberwolf, but it was called a Mad Cat in the game, which is weird. I'm guessing that was just like a retcon on their part, or just how. Unless I am misremembering. Anywho, you didn't choose the Banshee, so I'm disappointed. No, it's lore accurate. So okay, so MechWarrior 2, it is lore accurate, so it's called it's referred to as a Timberwolf. Misremembering. Damn. You didn't choose the Banshee, so I'm disappointed. Which one is the Banshee? And why do I need to choose? So these two are absolutely, I'm just like, these just are begging to become Flames mechs. I'm just not a big fan of them. Banshee. Executioner, Timberwolf. These are clans. Wasp, Griffin, Commando. These are lights. Banshee. So it's a medium. Oh, I don't have a Banshee. That's why. It's got a face. I got the name from the IS computers. Yeah. Not being able to figure out what the fuck it was. I'm confusing with a Marauder Mad and a Catapult Cat. Gotcha. Okay, so that's... And that's like, I know that it is like lore accurate that it has two names. I couldn't remember in the game Mech Assault 2 if at the bottom of the screen, like it called the... For some reason, I thought that it called it a Mad Cat. Banshee is in the game of Armored Combat Box. It's an assault. What? And it's not one of these three? It's an assault? That would be the biggest ones, right? A game of Armored Combat Box. Fuck. Is that not the box that I have? Yeah, so I also noticed that it had a card for a Griffin, and there's no Griffin in here to my knowledge. Like, yeah, and I thought that was strange. Yeah, those are the ones that are in a game of Armored Combat. And maybe it was in the older one, because I do think that that's changed. Yeah, Battlemaster, Locust, Calm, Awesome Wolf, Kate, Shadow, Thunder. Yeah. That's the awesome, isn't it, on the cover? I don't know. Some of the assaults are growing on me. Okay, so you guys think that we should cut them up? I don't know. I'm just knowing that I might be able to use them to do a solo kind of game. Seems like it could be pretty fun, and that makes me hesitant to cut things up. But I figured that was a pretty good lance. I like that. Yeah, it's a Battlemaster and awesome. Okay, cool. But yeah. So essentially, outside of these four of what I would use, I'm just like, that's a lot of mechs. I don't know how many I would really need if I needed to run a solo kind of game. But the more the merrier in that, I suppose. And I do have a lot of things I could print for flames. And I have a lot of parts. So it's just, and also, I gotta be honest, working with this plastic is not my favorite plastic. It's pretty rough. Nothing is sacred sacrifice. I think there's a cardboard cutout of a griffin. Yes, there definitely is. There's a couple of cardboard cutouts. I just didn't even register that. Hi, Princess. I'm going to put these cards back over here. Okay. I think I'm going to go pee. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do from there. Hair. I might do some. It's 9:30. So go get yourself a banshee because they get hatchets and layers. So, that is something that I really like. Melee. I really like the idea of melee mechs. Do I have anything that can use melee? Is that a... Where do I find that out? How do I give people giant axes? Because there's few things I like more than a giant robot with a big piece of metal to hit other giant robots with. I've got to pee though. I'll be right back, my sweets. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Oh. One second.
she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just fur and teeth and blood and bitter angry bones.
Okay, sorry about that, Miss Weeks. Okay. Holy shit. So go get yourself a bench because they get hatchet layers. Well, there is a hatchet man and an axe man. Juggalo Hound, Battletech, yes. All mechs can kick, and if they have arms, can punch to some degree. Some Kirita mechs have katanas. Assault mechs, no, for Goomba stomping other mechs. That's awesome. So I was thinking while I was on my pee break. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like a solo Battletech campaign is going to be a very long haul, kind of slow thing. So probably not best for something to make as a solo play through. I don't want it to be something that seems like it would drag. I don't know if it's going to be like a fast enough kind of thing that people would not just kind of get kind of burnt out of watching me like trying to roll dice and shit. As far as mechanics, not just playing through this, I think it might be better for us to stick with, oh hey, let's play with other people, which means that, or you just do the solo box. Gotcha. And the solo box probably has everything I need, and I would not again need to have all of these. I'm trying to just in my head decide before I start cutting any plastic. But the crew already placed flames. Where are my little weirdos that I was working on? Where are you all at? Oh no, my things. I think that's them. Let's see. Oh no. I need to deal with that at some point. Okay. You need your mechs. The mechs that come in the box and the train from the Alpha Stripe box and from the Solo box. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so then I still have, no matter what, I'm going to have a lot of mechs here that, like, I don't see myself using a lot of these, like, ever to be like, oh yeah, I really like that design. The ones that I'm, like, definitely, like, I could use those sometime. But, like, yeah, those two, I'm not going to use that for anything. Or this one. Or that one. We can definitely go through and figure out, hey, what is the weakest link in my visual enjoyment? I think those little leggies are going to be used for something probably over here. But we need 4. I forgot about that goofball. Also, okay, so the box that you were talking about, I don't know, sometimes you fall in love with the dumbest mechs. Yeah, these just don't, I'm not dunking anybody's tastes. They just don't speak to me personally. Visually, the ones that, like, I'm like, yep, I love those. I kind of already have, like, I guess kind of an aesthetic that I kind of like. Typically blockier, or, man, Mad Cat's just great. Mad Cat's just almost perfect. Margot, what are you crying about over there? Yeah, so that was going to be a real big boy. I know that I made, yeah, that's still going to be cool. I'm still going to fuck with that. And this little guy is a good height too. I've got 2. These are different poses though. That's kind of cool. Margot, what are you crying about, baby girl? You don't know? You're crazy. Don't fight your brother up there. Don't. You two, don't fight up there, please. They are just, a fight is about to break out, and I don't want it to. The tails are going, and it's just like Margot has initiated this whole thing. And she's going to, like, act like it's Theo who's, like, being a bully. You mark my words. I know you both hear me, you both see me. You're rotten. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I just need to, like, make sure I'm good before I start cutting up stuff, because I'm like, man, I don't want to regret doing that. But again, it really is just certain things, and I guess it's pretty much just the moment for the first time that I start fucking up models in a certain range. I haven't really fucked up with any of the BattleTech stuff yet, or started cutting out intentionally. I've accidentally dropped something that broke, but where are my nips? There they are. I'll leave them in their box. Nip, 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 nip. I got into Battletech with the same mindset. Now I love Dumb X for dumb reasons. Hell yeah. No, I like that too. I definitely can get that vibe. I rolled up some. I need to build those, I suppose, before I build anything else. Let me grab my binder. No. Okay. I need to remember what the hell any of this means. So essentially I rolled up two different little groups. Oh. Well, I would love that. I don't have any really for BattleTech, so I would love that. That would definitely make the fear of messing things up gone. Because that, yeah, that definitely would change things up. So, let me grab the Flames book. Flames, flames, flames. Oh yeah, buckwheat in flames, setting on fire. Like the sun. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I need to get in this vibe. This is good. Okay. Now, as far as I pretty much randomly rolled up all of these. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. So I don't think they so much need to be... I don't have any that I think I put extra armor on. I don't think any of these have extra armor, so nothing really is like, ooh, it needs to be really big or anything like that. And that's like standard size, right about there. These would be smaller. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm down to mess around. I'm down to clown. Let's see. So this big ass walker was probably going to be one of on this page if I had to guess. We should schedule a BattleTech call. We should. We should. I would love that. And yeah, again, if people have interest in like hey, watching me do a solo playthrough like BattleTech, let me know, because that I do want to do it. I just want to make sure it's not just going to be something that nobody would want to see, that they would rather just do themselves. Hell engine, medium cable whip, heavy weapon, lance. Long range systems, AI missile systems, that's good. Nuclear core, close combat weapon, substructure, armor Mark 1, large missile battery, close combat weapon, medium weapon. VTOL, cable whip, pistol weapons, not this one. I think that one, we might make this one acid core. Self-destruct, piston gauntlet, nuclear core, reactive core. I don't know, I feel like that definitely needs either a big fist. Just a big fist. Just a big fucking fist, I think is exactly what that needs. Big piston gauntlet. It's not too big, right? I don't think so. Just a giant thing just walks and just punches. I think that's good. I think that's a good just giant walk punch. If it's not, it just doesn't need. It either needs to. This needs to either be only punch or no punch. And I think we don't have anything that's just no punch. Close combat, cable whip. Yep. Flamethrower. Yep. Close combat. Energy sword. Piston gauntlet. Piston. Yeah. And I have nothing. Yeah. I kind of like the idea that this doesn't have. Or Siege Dragon. Siege Dragon's pretty cool too. Flamethrower, long range targeting, rail weapon, close combat weapon. That might be more of a Siege Dragon. Dark tank, AI missile systems, long range systems, nuclear core, close combat weapon. Just a missile boat. Medium weapon. Medium weapon is range, right? Yes. Just medium weapons damage too. Okay. Okay, yep. I remember now. We just rolled on this. Piston gauntlet too. Yep. And what is armor? Mark 1. weapons. Upgrades and mods. Armor becomes 5 up. Armor becomes 4 up. Okay. Okay. So this thing's got armor mark 1. Nothing else has heavy armor. That thing looks like it's got the most armor. So, Ruined Wraith. Alright. We're going to need to pin that. And were we putting these on 25, 30s, 32s? We should schedule a battle tech call. Yeah, we absolutely should schedule a battle tech call. That needs to be pinned or glued. I don't know. Reactive armor, nuclear core, piston. That seems... I feel like this needs to be acid core. That thing looks like it's going to be acid core. When this mech explodes, it explodes as if it were at heat 10. That's scary. Yeah. Self-destruct. Yep, it's got self-destruct on it. During your turn, if you have 7 or more heat, you may make a self-destruct action. Your model explodes. Reactive armor. Ignore the first 1 point of damage this model takes per turn. Yeah. And then just a big fucking fist. I think that's it. I think this is going to be acid core. And then I need to look at what kind of bases are they using here, boys. I'm thinking it varies. I've seen a couple of different ones. Round, hex, round, hex, 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 round. Okay, I'm going to use rounds. Preserve hex. About that. Now the question is 32 or 40. This is a pretty big one. It's a 32. We're going to glue that, but not quite yet. Nah, it needs a 40. Yeah, that's a 40. That's a 40, baby. If I've ever seen one. Let me take a peep at these feet. Yeah. Yes. Okay. It's not there. I'm going to pin that, I think. That's going to be one that I want to pin. Yeah. I thought so. So there's definitely one somewhere around there. All right, we'll figure it out. Are you hiding over here? Nope. Are you hiding over here? No. Operation. We'll figure it out. I've been needing to make something, so I'm excited. He's empty. Yeah, no, we absolutely should do a Battletech call. I would love that. Need to talk about some Battletech. Okay, a little bit deeper, but not so deep that we drill into our hands. Right? That's key. Or that would blow out the other side. I think she might be empty, Captain. Nonsense. All right. So, there's that. Something like that. Hell yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Working on some Flames of Orion Max. This one's gonna punch people in the bud, and then they'll explode. That's that. It just is what it is sometimes, you know. Like that scene, which from Mercury with the high five, like that. But to the butt. Like a butt punch. Is what it is. They said, but the camera, it's over there. And I said, I don't even know where I am. Okay, I think we got it. Now we're going to push this up, boop, 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 just a little bit, and into those piggies. And then same thing over here. Ba-dum-bum. Get in there. Do it. Do it. Do the thing. Damn it. There we go. Piss. We are going to have to fuck with another thing of super glue. This is a joke, Eli. Quit joking around. Okay. How about you? Do you have glue? No. Why do I just have a bunch of empty glue bottles on my desk? I mean, I know the answer to that, but come on, Eli. What are you doing here? I think I want to grab the Irby box one of these days. The Irby? What's the Irby? Irby. Irby. URBI. Okay, come on now. Damn, we'll call it done like that. I thought so. Eli, you know that needed to go down. What you doing? Pretending like you don't know these things. There it is. There's that angle. I need to look up what an Irby is. Oh yeah, babies. Here's how we're going to do this. We're not going to pin that because that's going to just piss me off. I think that needs to get cut a little bit. That looks good to me. I'm liking this. Now fist. We want a big one, that's for sure. But I got a couple different ideas. It's a piston gauntlet. Am I correct in that? It is a piston gauntlet, right? Or is it just... Yeah, okay. Self-destruct piston gauntlet nuclear reactor. Reactive core. Piston gauntlet. Let me read just real quick. Yeah, I think, piston gauntlet to me, that sounds like that thing from Armored Core, which is fucking sick. What? Who the hell's in my house? Anywho, piston gauntlet. How am I going to make a piston gauntlet? I think we're going to use some car parts. Unless one of these really sells me. Let's see. Nah. I'll use this for something else. Something bigger. Okay, pistons. Well, I know there's absolutely something in here I need. So let me grab that. Yeah, okay. Pee on it, duh. Pee on it. I suppose that's an option. You're correct. I can see those coming in handy. Yeah. Let's cook for a little bit. Hi, Marco. It's that one. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. That is probably closer to the scale that I'm looking for, but probably not. Nope, a little bit bigger than that. Nope, bigger than that too. Okay, so this cannot be the right size though, right? I mean, that's actually not too bad. That actually might be exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick. Okay. So we're gonna go with that. Which means that needs to cut. Ooh, look how it. Right? Is that. Do we want to go with that? I mean, that seems to be a good fit for me. Right there. This here. Raise that up. That's gonna look sick. Yeah. So let's snip these. Smooth that out. Right there. That one might be better. What about that? Good thing about everything being really beaten to shit in Orion is it don't have to be too clean and neat in the right ways. Sorry about that. Did not mean to go quiet. Just trying to think while I cut, but man, I am enjoying just fucking with this. It's right there. Not that connected. This will connect under here, like so. There. Fuck. Okay. This. One of these needs to be glued and stuck in place before I fuck with the other one. This needs to go here. That's the angle. Done. Let's glue it. Lock that clown in. Locked in? Locked in. This means we need to right there. Yeah, right there. That's it. Eli, that was not that difficult. There's our fist. It's gonna be fucking nasty looking. Okay. We'll put a hole there. A hole here. Son of a buck. That would be acquaintance. Okay. I might go ahead and stop here. Just, speaking of Irbies, we did an Irby Derby one time and some dropped a tack nuke. That's gnarly. What is Irby? I'm not familiar with that. That sounds cool. That sounds like something I'd like. Yeah, that's good. Somewhere about like that. Urban mech looks like a little trash can with legs and weapon. That's great. Oh, kind of like this kind of vibe. That was kind of the little dum 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 dum. A little goofball like that. Yeah, that sounds good. I think I probably will stop here. We absolutely do need to have a BattleTech call. I'm vibing on some robots though. So I'm probably gonna put together my Flames of Orion stuff when I'm not working on the board today. And yeah, no, we need to call, talk about BattleTech. I need to look at that box set. So the box set, I only saw the one that is for Alpha Strike currently, but maybe I'm misseeing it. Maybe it's just not out yet, but maybe I need to type in the right thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Sorry we were running late today, so a little bit later sign off. Thank you guys so much for your time. It means the world to me that you spend any of it at all with me. So again, thank you guys as always. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll talk about it. Hell yeah. Thank you, Possum. Possum, Mowgli, Roz. Thank you for hanging out and keeping me company. As always, it means the world to me. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Sit pretty, always be proud of who you are. Thank you. Take care. Bye, friends.